What's up, YouTube? Welcome back for another video. Been banging out content like crazy. Sadly, this might have to come to an end as I still play college football and we report for camp soon. But that besides the point. Today, as you saw from the title of this video, we got a new exhaust for the FRS. A little bit louder than what I had last time. Well, a little bit louder is a little bit of an understatement. This thing, as you can see, the ISR Single Exit Catback system is going to be going on my FRS, which currently has the Greddy SP Catback. So, all the way down there. Now, the Greddy SP is really nice. It's almost like a kind of like a stock replacement kind of sound. I currently have Tomei UEL catless headers. I have a stock, I think it's called the front pipe. So I've got one cat, but anything from that that pipe back where the catback would go in is just going to be purely what we see right here. So this one is resonated. It does have a little muffler versus that about 10-pound muffler that the Greddy has. What came in the box? Obviously, your exhaust, you get the kind of resonated, I guess we call it mid-pipe, and then you get your single exit axle back. Just for reference, that's a size 12 Nike shoe. That's the muffler. It can fit in there. Now, if you want to see what my fist looks like going in, boom, that mug is huge, dude. Here is going to be all the kind of hardware you get included. So here's going to be the flange that goes, or I guess the thing that goes right in on this flange. And then we get springs and bolts and all that, and then a new donut gasket that would go on the other end of this pipe. Let's get into the install. Let's see how it goes. I'm going to give y'all a rev clip from the Greddy SP, which low-key sounds a little bit like the stock exhaust with a little bit more sound. Personally, I feel the Greddy is like an OEM plus sound, like that TRD exhaust, maybe a little bit quieter than that. I do have UEL headers, so keep that in mind when you're listening. If you don't have UEL, it will sound a little different, because I know OEM, these cars come with equal length headers, so kind of just keep that in mind when you're exhaust shopping. This car is pretty old. Well, I would say old for the car market, because this car's been in the car scene for ages, since 2013. My car's 2016. So, you know, there's plenty of exhaust videos out there. Just do your research. I've seen compilations. That's kind of what brought me to buying this one. I originally wanted the Greddy kind of single exit catback. I think it was the, but they make those in batches and they come from Japan. I didn't want to wait. We're going to do a couple flybys. We're going to do some, kind of just revs and stuff. Car's low-key already warm, so we may not be able to get a cold start, but I will get some POV driving so you guys can kind of hear the whole indoor-outdoor flyby. So let's get into it. Alright, y'all, so we got the OEM, the Greddy exhaust out. Here's how big that mug is. Look at that. That muffler, dog. Huge. But anyways, as we look underneath the car, you zoom in all the way down there. You can see the kind of that up pipe. Still OEM, so we're going to throw it in there, get the spring bolts in and everything. My plan of action is going to be hang this part, hang all this in, and then worry about this part last. Just because, as you can see, this has no hangers. So get the hangers in, make the hangers do all the lifting and all that for me, and then we'll just bolt up. So let's get into it. Alright, y'all, so after about 30 to maybe 40 minutes of kind of just fighting this car a little bit, I finally got the exhaust in. So here's what it looks like from the outside. If you want to see how flush I got it, it sticks out a little bit like a little shotgun pipe. You could probably tweak that or whatever once you get underneath the car. But here is what it looks like. So as you can see, kind of fits up pretty nice. It avoids the diff right here. I don't think it's touching in there. If I can get the camera focus, see, you got a little bit of space. That goes all the way down. I will say this bolt right here was a pain. Or I guess these bolts. I'm hoping I got them in right. As you can see, the things are slightly off. The springs are just not centered on those washers. And there is a gap, but I torqued that down as much as possible, so I'm kind of hoping that it'll hold well. So as y'all can see, it's pretty freaking loud in here. You know, you're gonna get the full Subaru kind of ambience, the true Subaru experience in one of these cars with this exhaust. I mean, especially if you get the UEL headers. It sounds really good. I mean, the only thing is, like, the droning at higher speeds or when you're just kind of cruising, it's kind of loud. It's like the opposite of noise cancellation. But you'll be able to hear it in a second. We'll go a little bit more with less of me talking. Alright, so this is us kind of at a usual rural, I guess, highway speed. This is 55 miles an hour in 6th gear. We're at about 2,500 RPM, and I'm probably at about 10 to 20% throttle. And as you can hear, you can kind of hear me, you know, pretty decent. You got a little bit of rumble in the back, but there's not a lot of drone. That's what I've been noticing, is that about 10 to 20% throttle, you don't get a lot of drone. But you have to stay at that throttle position. Now, no matter the RPM, I haven't gotten it past 5,000 and held it there just because I don't do that. But, I mean, this would be equal RPM and throttle position if you were on the highway, just minus 20 miles per hour. So, it doesn't sound like it would drone too bad, but you gotta stay at that 10 to 20% throttle position, because if not, you're gonna be hearing this the whole time. And it's pretty loud, and if you're not on the gas, it's almost equally as loud, so. Alright, so here's my impression on kind of the ISR Catback. Just full disclaimer, I have Tomei UEL headers, catless headers at that. I have the OEM front pipe with the, still has the cat, don't worry, I didn't cut that out. And then Catback, the Catback from, you know, I originally had the Greddy SP, but I wanted to go single exit, try it out, and I got the ISR. So, kind of first impressions, I just went for a drive, and y'all will be able to see this in my next POV video, so stay tuned for that. It's pretty loud. Like, I'm not gonna lie, the videos I saw on like Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube made it sound like it was just kind of like a nice tone, but never made it sound like the volume of the sound was really loud, inside and outside the car. I figured it'd be loud outside, but inside it's like the opposite of noise canceling. Like, you constantly have, like, it's drone. Like, the drone is pretty loud. There's parts of it, certain throttle positions where it goes away, but overall it just kind of like sits there, and you just kind of feel it, like the opposite of like noise suppression headphones. The tone is so nice. I love the way it sounds. It sounds amazing. It's just the volume. I don't know how I feel exactly about it. I think it's nice. I love the tone. Again, like I've just said a couple times, but it just feels overbearing. And I mean, that might be, you know, it's a high flow resonator, you know, it's a 5-inch freaking muffler with a 4-inch tip and 3-inch piping, so you know you're gonna be getting some noise. I lost probably a good, maybe from the butt dyno, probably a good 20 foot-pounds of torque if I had to guess, switching from the SP to this ISR exhaust. So it's kind of like, I don't know how I feel. I mean, it feels like I lost a little bit of power. Granted, it feels a little bit more free revving in a sense. I lost torque. The volume's loud, it drones, but the sound is just to die for. I love the sound. So ISR, for the price, I got it on discount. It was right around $400 and some change. It's nice. I mean, for the cheapest high quality welded exhaust, it sounds good. For a college football player that, you know, plays football full time, the NIL is not treating me nice. I mean, I don't have an NIL, so if you guys want to, you know, give me an NIL deal, if you are ISR, Nameless, or somebody out there, hit me up. My details and all my socials are kind of in that description, but as like someone who doesn't have huge NIL money, ISR, for the price, it sounds amazing. The tone is so nice. Keep in mind also, I want to mention too in this video that whenever you guys go drive something with a new muffler, new resonator, there's going to be a little bit of like a burning smell. So just keep in mind that you're not killing anything, but it'll go away after a little bit. Just drive the car. Oh my god, if I can speak. Look forward to watching that POV video. I've got a whole new setup. It's going to be so nice. I'm going to make sure the audio's dialed in so y'all can hear this exhaust in all of its, I guess, glory and all of its drone. So until then, peace out.